Hello, everyone. We are really excited to be here sharing with you our experience in Haiti. And we are going to talk about planting the seed, the first community in Haiti. My name is Leslie Ramirez, and I have an awesome college right here with me that is Leomari Reyes.
Hello, Leslie. How are you?
Pretty fine.
That's nice. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Yes, for me too. And we're going to share with all the people that are here with us our agenda. Do you think it's right?
Yes, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, the first that we will be seeing is our presentation. Who we are is important to know which are the person that are in front of the screen, and then we will be knowing about the value of the community is one of the most important thing about this talk, and about the Microsoft developer community in Haiti experience. We have an amazing opportunity to go there, to travel there, and to share our knowledge with these great people. And to finally, we will be open a question and answer and to close. I really hope that this talk will be amazing for you and inspiring you to continue helping to these amazing countries.
That sounds good. But let's begin with our presentation.
Okay, in this case, I will be presenting myself. I'm Leomaris Reyes. I'm Microsoft MVP. I'm academic coach and Platinum Master and a software engineer from the Dominican Republic. Here is my user about Twitter. You can follow me up. You can ask me whatever you want. It's a pleasure for me to share about knowledge. And you can ask me about Xamarin, about the .NET environment. Will be a pleasure for me to share my knowledge with you.
Yes, I know that. And my name is Leslie Ramirez, as I mentioned before. I'm also a Microsoft MVP in the Developers Technologies category. I'm a software developer. My handle on Twitter is ILSRG. I love unicorns. If you visit my blog, dominiotics.com, you can figure out how I say that. You can ask me about APIs and .NET environment. I always like to share my knowledge about cloud, about development, and of course, in creating communities. That's a really important thing in our journeys. So let's start about that with our story in Haiti. On 17th February of 2020, before all the pandemic situation, we went to Haiti for the first time in this tiny airplane. That was a little bit scary for us to go there. And we have a lot of questions when we started to create the content and all the structure of these events and the community in Haiti. It was a really tight agenda, but we create a lot of impact in the more than we can figure out when we accept to go there. The first challenge was to to be conscious about that and take the opportunity to go there. This was what we see in there. We don't have the idea of how many people could be expecting for us, but when we arrive, we see at least 100 people, including students, teachers, a lot of people interested about Azure, about technology, about learning new things. It was a really good surprise for us because, when you are going to a new place, you don't know how people will react or they will accept what you are trying to share. But it was a really good surprise to see a lot of people interested about it because they really want to learn, and they were really interested about all the Microsoft environment and technology. And I think one of the most important things, uh, we can create impact in people that are starting to learn new things, like they are creating their paths and their ways to technology. And when you can show them options, like you can make this, you can create things like that in an easy way and giving them the tools to do it, I think is a really good thing. And the
Yes.
first that was really hard for us because it it was a lot of content in a really tight agenda, but it's worth it. We made a lot of connections. We made a lot of experience in there. We made friends and LinkedIn new connections, of course, and it really worth it. I can say it. And at the end of this session, we have to split all the group because it was a lot of students, and we have boot camps, as you can see, about Microsoft Learn Azure Fundamentals. And Leomaris will share with us her experience in her first day with all the students that she has to teach about Azure and a lot of awesome things.
Thank you very much, Leslie. For me, I just had the first question when I got the invitation to go to the Haiti and with the first activity about Azure Student Bootcamp. And the first question was, what is a community? Why is important for me the community? And I think that when you be involved in this time of activity, it's very important that you think about that. Activity for me is all my work because creating community is just a way that I have to share our knowledge, and sharing my knowledge I can teach a lot of people, and I can bring to the people the opportunity to improve their life and to get a job. And if you can get a job, you can improve your lifestyle. That is our main goal. So in my first day, I was speaking about Azure, and was amazing how we can teach people that in this time even does know about Azure or even know about Azure, and we can teach and give the tool to create their first project. Was amazing. See the smiles in their face. As you can see the picture, they are very happy to continue growing up, to continue knowing about all the amazing tools that we have in the Microsoft environment, and that it's amazing people will be continuing to teach and to find this great job that in a time we may think that we can no get there. And it's important to us to get this our experience. So Leslie, we can continue with our second day. That was an amazing day. As Leslie said, was an agenda very complete. And in my second day, I was speaking about summary, and I love about Tamarin and to share my knowledge about them. If as you can see in the picture, there are a lot of smile in their face. I was speaking about the summary, how it started, how it's worked, how we can teach about Tamarin, how we can learn about Tamarin, and a lot of books that we can find information about Tamarin. And the most important for me were that when I finished my talk, a lot of people we just come to me and just we asking me about Xamarin, just tell me, hey, I just want to start a blog about Xamarin because I want to know and I want to teach. Just like you are an inspiration for me. It's a very comfortable example for me to just sow and seek this in Haiti. That is our neighbor country, and it's very important to teach for me and to continue growing up in go to a higher level with my Xamarin career and with their Xamarin career with the people that were there.
Yes, it was really good because give us the experience to share our knowledge in our neighbor part of the island, because it's really curious that sometimes we want to make a lot of impact outside of our community, but we have people near to us that we can share our knowledge with them and make an impact in their lives. As Leomari said, it's really important for people when are getting into this career to let them know they have opportunities of learning Xamarin, .NET Core, creating apps, be getting started into Azure. It's really important to them to know how they can find the information they need to get started in that and go into the basic level to intermediate or maybe high level of knowledge. And of course, there are job opportunities for them if they learn something like that. It's really important to them to know that. In this second day, we have different people because they were people that already work in the .NET environment, like people who work in banks and many other industries in Haiti. We were really surprised for all the experience and the connections that we made with them, and a lot of questions they have about our environment of technology, and was a really common topic that we had. Like sometimes we think that we are really different for our cultures, for the things, or language and things like that. But when you find a topic, a common topic for everyone that you can connect and you see they have the same problems, the same concerns about you, they have the same challenge in creating content, that make you feel good and make you feel connected with that person and be able to create more connections. And that's what we talked about in our panel that was participating Leomaris, Elena, Erdina. She was from Haiti. She was the person in charge of more of the organization of things in this event. She was really important for her to make this effort to be there and to create connections with people from there, because we are the neighbors. We can have a better contact with them if they need something, if they need really a session, a technical session or something like that. And it was really interesting because we share our experience in the MVP program. We have the visit of Glauter, that is our regional manager of the MVP program in Latam, and he gave them a talk about the impact they can create with that community, and encourage them to keep doing that kind of event, because it's really important when you start doing, but you have to keep doing to create more impact in your community. And another topic that we talked in that panel was about creating content in their own language and for their own community. Because sometimes we are focused to create impact, like maybe choosing English because maybe a lot of people talk in English, but you're letting behind the people that maybe can understand or the documentation and all the deep concepts because they don't know a lot of English. So if you create in your own language, you're creating impact to your people and make them grow in their knowledge and in the technology that you are creating content. So it was really interesting. But I'm going to let Leomaris talk about their experience in our panel too.
Thank you. I really love this panel because it was a way to share through my experience and inspiration from the people that were there. We will be sharing about answer a question, for example, how can I start my blog? How can I start with Azure? How can I start with Xamarin? And we, through our experience, church all the tools that we have in this moment. And it's important that we saw all the people just inspired, just getting started. Oh, okay, I just want to create my Haiti community. I just want to continue with my Haiti community, because before this date in Haiti just don't exist these types of activity. And it's important that through this different experience about Elena or with me or with Leslie or with all the people that were there, it's very important that we can inspire all the person. And as Leslie said, that also is very good. You can contribute first of all is in your native language. For example, in my case, I wrote in my blog, that is my webinar Sami.com, in English, but I also have my Medium profile in Spanish, and I have a subdomain that the name is Sami.com, where I write in both languages. But if you have to choose one, you should start with your native language. For example, if your native language is the Spanish, the Latin American, I almost don't have a lot of tools in Spanish, and will be important. Will be an amazing impact if you can do it. But if you can also do it in English, is also very important, because the English is the universal language, and you can reach more and more persons. So if you are thinking about learning and teaching, is very important that you can take the way to create a community through a blog, through a tool, through a blog, workshops are very important, these types of contribution. And that's why this panel were very, very important for us.
Yes, it was really important. We have a question like from James that say he want to join our efforts in creating community, you can join the IT community on Facebook. They have a group that is called Developer Community IT Group. I guess I can't remember all the name,
Yes,
but you can find it and on Facebook, and you can join them and ask for make sessions, online sessions, of course, if you're not there, and to create impact in their community if you want to. And also we going to give you our handles if you have any initiative of any suggestion that you think that could be really useful for the community. You are free to contact us.
Yes, and as Leslie says, you can write to us and we can just connect with the people from Haiti, or we can just create something together. It's amazing that you just see if in your community could be that not exist a community, but you can also create this and very opportunity with us.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So,
it's really good to make connections with people from there and create sessions that impact people from there. That one on the last key points that I shared with the people was in the panel, that if you're a part of a community, you are the most important person and the most near to the situations of your communities. Like, you know, what are your partners or colleges needing? What are the tools they need? What are the problems they are having technically? So you can share, you can create content for them. If you are a student, you know what other students are concerned about what topics they are learning, they are getting started, and you can create based on that. If you don't have a really clear idea of what topic you would like to create content, because sometimes it's really hard when you're getting started to get in one topic. Like, think, okay, maybe I could be good creating content in this kind of way, like maybe creating a YouTube channel or maybe a blog. And you may be surprised that there are many ways to create content. Like, if you are not comfortable maybe making a live sessions like this, you can create your blog, as Leomar was saying. And also you can create a community group in Facebook to answer the questions that your colleagues have about any technical topic. So you can contribute in many ways. So you just have to find the way that you feel more comfortable doing. It could be a blog, it could be a YouTube channel. You have many ways to do it. Just find the way fits you better. I think that's the key point of it. And in the second day, I also have sessions, technical sessions. I have 3 sessions about .NET environment. As I mentioned, it was really tight agenda. I was talking about giving a human touch to your applications with Louis. I was talking in the session that you can see the pictures, getting started with NetCore and API development. And also I was talking about Azure fundamentals plus Microsoft Learn. And I can say every topic that I talked to them, they were surprised and they were amazed and they love all the things that we have, all the tools to get started. Some of them know some of the tools, like Leomari was saying, some of the people know about Xamarin and ask her many questions about it and was getting started in that technology. In Azure, I don't have a lot of questions because most of them are like getting started to hear about cloud solutions in Azure. But it was really interesting because we have a lot of conversations about what is Azure, what they can do on it, and what's the way where they can learn a lot about it. As I mentioned, with Microsoft Learn, that is a really good tool for them to get started into Azure and a lot of technologies, because there is many paths in there. They were really amazed of that and were really interested into getting started in all of these paths and, getting to know these new technologies and these new tools that they have to make a lot of things. And finally, we have some key points that I want to share with you about our experience in planting the seeds in Haiti. The first one, everyone starts small, be consistent, and never give up. Sometimes we can be kind of sad because we can think like not many people is reading our content or giving a lot of reactions, but you start small and never give up, and you will see the results. Contribute in your main language, as we mentioned before, is a really good contribution, and that can help to fill the gap. And of course, you can contribute in many ways. Find the better one for you that you feel comfortable doing, and just do it. Start doing.
In my case, I have some key points. That is, the first one is find a role model that inspires you to keep growing. I think that it's very important you know what people that inspire you, that will be your role model. That's a way to keep inspiring and you continue growing up and sharing your knowledge. And the second one is everything you have to contribute to the community, regardless of level, create impact. Just don't forget it. All that you have to bring to the community, even if it's a basic feature, it's very important because there are always a person that is in the same level or lower level than you and just need to learn just this that you have to bring to the community and to share. Thank you very much. We will be sharing our social network. If you need something, if Leslie and I can help you to create a community or to inspire in something or to help in summary or nature or something in general, we will be very happy to help you.
Yes, I could say the same. We are really happy to share our knowledge everywhere. Doesn't matter if it's in Haiti, if it's in a live sessions like this. And you can reach us on Twitter, on our blogs, and we hope you find this really inspiring to you to create your community and to start to getting started to create contributions in your main language or English, and find a way to the better fits you to contribute to your community. So we are really thankful. We're going to say thank you to you to share with us in this session, and we wish you a really good day.
Thank you very much.
Maybe if we have many questions, you can reach us as we mentioned on our handles, and we answer you as soon as possible.